Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Good,
hello.
good morning, good evening, good night, whatever you are. It's been an interesting week to say the least, but an exciting one for sure. Lots of things gonna happen. Of course, like every governance call, there will be some alphas that we're gonna be sharing, especially on the governance side. So really excited about that. Um, had a wonderful week here in Zurich right now. Met with the stNEAR Foundation team, with one of our customers, Signum Bank, and yeah, had a chance to do a couple of one-on-ones with Ilya, and more importantly is setting the course for what's going to be a very exciting 2026 and closing to 2025. So, with further ado, my name is Claudio, co-founder of Meta Pool, and together with Lucio, we created and launched Meta Pool, which is a liquid staking platform. It runs on top of a DAO, and that's why we're really excited and about governance and why we do these calls every month. And we try to keep the community up to date on what we're doing, what's coming, and more importantly, what you need to do in order to be part of the governance. We're structuring some important changes, but most importantly for us is we've set out to build a platform where value accrual is centered around our protocol and the users of the protocol, and more importantly as well, those that are participating in the governance. But anyhow, Lucio, how was the trip back to from Zurich to Milano?
Now all good, my friend. I I end up um, arriving at Milano at like 1 a.m. It was a crazy day for me, but very useful, to be honest. Very productive. It was a pleasure to be in there with you and the near team. To be honest, uh, they are like family. And they treat us like family. So very nice.
Perfect. So let me get some slides here. Most importantly for us is trying to build for what's going to be the next evolution on our platform. I know that a lot of you have been asking like, well, what's the next step? What are we going to be doing? More importantly for us is value accrual, right? That's at the center of it all. Um, Other than that, I think for me, the what we're expecting for people to when they're participating in governance is basically um, understanding where we're heading, and then understanding what the DAO is asking each and every individual to do in order to grow our influence, our reach, our TDL, and a lot of things there. So let me go right ahead and share my screen. Uh, 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 um, Here it is. So I'm sharing this one. Perfect. And let's get ready for it. Let me know if you're seeing my screen. Lucio, is everything? Well, sorry, Francisco, are we sharing the slides? Yeah, sorry because I'm seeing all big up. But anyhow, so again, um, very important disclaimer. Well, it's more of a heads up, right? So we are getting in the rhythm of giving out a couple of prizes, right? So we run a quiz at the end of this governance call. There's two secret codes that will be appearing on the screen. Then we will be running the quiz, and then whoever gets the most right answers wins a prize, right? Um, Very important. You will need the codes to win extra rewards as well. So be ready for it. Name your Kahoot username with Journey or Wallet. That's very important. That's critical. In case you win, you will have only 7 days to open up a ticket in our Discord and claim your prize. The idea behind it is just to keep the momentum going, right? It's just we don't want to be there hanging for somebody to claim a prize, right? And so be on the lookout for that. Okay. So agenda for today: MPA Medical Improvement Proposal 16 implementation. There's a vote delegation proposal as well. There's going to be extra incentives for locked LP positions as well. And this liquidity provisioning positions are for stNEAR and mpDAO. And then we have a proposal as well for Treasury allocation. I believe that with this new narrative behind digital asset treasuries, or DATs as they called, I think getting exposure to different type of assets, not only our governance token, could be important. There's a strategy behind it, so please participate in the proposal. Let your voice be heard, and at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is for the protocol to create more value and then distribute that value over to our governance participants. So MPIP 16, right? So we have here the proposal, which is how do we maintain, like, I think this is something also, Lucio, that you can chip in, right? Like, making a protocol sustainable is not it's not an easy task, right? Because at the end of the day, we're accruing rewards from our staked assets. Then those assets are being distributed, and there's different ways to use put in motion that value, right? When we started back in 2024, when we started to do the dual governance, we started distributing rewards, right? We wanted to do that because we wanted more people to know about what we're doing, right? And get word of mouth going. We launched an ambassador program as well. We gave out grants, right? And we thought that that was going to be the go-to market to for people to get exposed to our governance token, to participate in Meta Pool, to come and stake. But that wasn't the case, right? So what's going to happen right now is that we need. What happened was basically people voted, bought the token, they bought the token or got exposed to the token, then voted, and then left it there, and then they were accruing the rewards with no more value accrual for the protocol, right? For the ecosystem. It was an extractive process, right? We thought that people were gonna tell their friends, "Hey, come stake more," but that didn't happen. That's reality, right? And I think it's a human aspect to it, right? I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. To all of those that have participated in our governance, have gotten exposed to the token really early on, thank you, right? That's we appreciate your support. We appreciate you making an educated decision and doing that. But now it's time. It's a two-way street. It's not sustainable. What we're doing of putting all the value and getting extracted, that's never gonna work, right? It's a downhill from there. And so the current voting system must be renewed. So at least every 2 months, people are coming back and voting. If you don't vote, then you don't get it. You don't get paid, right? This is because most of some of these voting power is still in the grants rounds, in the meme coins rounds, right? And so we want to kind of reset that in. Now, this is important, right? Like I said, go right ahead, Lucio.
No. I see it as a continuous improvement plan. We started with the full principle, that is to distribute all the protocol rewards between the DAO participants, and that is the main driving principle. But then after that, you need to, let's say, you start to the gross with the, let's say, the main part of the implementation, but you need to iterate and improve. You need to improve 1% every day. That is something that a principle that we use in Meta Pool. So I see this as some kind of improvements, let's say, iteration and improvements. The iteration and improvement is that, okay, we need to demand participation that is not only extracted, and we need to make it, let's say, more fun to participate in governance and more active. So sometimes you need to demand that from the user, not expect that everybody will let's say do the best by its own volition. So I think it's a like making fine-tune adjustments and improving every time a little amount. So that is this kind of proposal, like the MP 16, improving 1% every day, something like that.
Yeah, I think an important part here is just remember that like we're still figuring it out, right? Like if you have a better way, if you know a much better process,
Yeah, but
do
it
reach
is
out, right?
important. It isn't. There's something important. We have the principle. It's not that we are willing to change the principle. We are maintaining the principle, but you need to iterate and improve. This is something I think that science is described as advancing like that. You have a principle, you learn one of the laws of the universe, but then you need to adjust, improve every time you go, let's say, closer to a better system. That is what we are doing.
Totally agree there, right? It's just we're rinse and repeat, right? But as I said, this is it's an open platform, right? You can make a proposal. We're open to discussing it, and just take it from there, right? So scan
Yeah,
the
and
QR code.
there are more
Yo, go
proposals
ahead.
coming ahead, and
Yes, exactly.
I'm to be honest, I'm very happy. There are a couple of proposals from the community. People are starting after a lot of effort from you, from marketing team, from the entire community to to make the people learn that this is yours. Right now, I think I'm starting to see a big part of the community really incorporating that knowledge and start making proposals uh, to try to improve the protocol. So there's a couple of proposals coming ahead of this, and also I have some ideas that I want to discuss. So I think that the rest of the year will be very, let's say, intense in governance.
Yeah, that's our main goal, right? Get more people excited, get more people to look into it, to participate, to share their experiences as well, and yeah, let's just one step at a time, baby steps, and then again, right, that 1% each day that we're improving amounts to a whole lot of improvements during the year. So please don't be a stranger, right? Voice your opinion, and let's and start your and vote and comment.
So I don't know. Do you want to explain in particular in PIP 16 the impact?
Yeah, well, there's the most important one is the following, right? So we will go into okay. Let me go back, right? And so the most important thing here is September 30th, right? This is the deadline for the first cycle, where there's a button in the vote section, right, that says refresh. So everybody that is has voting power should go there. That is going to signal the system that okay, that you are going to be part of this, right? Proactively. If you want to wait until September 30th, by all means, but just understand that you need in 5 days you do need to reset your votes. Okay. Um, at the end of the
Nothing
day,
happened with your tokens if you don't do that, but at the beginning of September, you won't be counted for the distribution, correct? So you will be counted absent from the governance participation, so you won't be paid.
yes, exactly. So go and vote. We're showing a video right now, but anyhow, going into the details of it, right? After this date, right, any unrenewed voting power will become available for delegation. So that means that we're just redistributing everything, right? How much we're allocating to folks, as to people and organizations participating, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to ensure people participate, right? That
Correct.
people are active in our governance, right? It's just not, sorry to say this bluntly, but there's no free money anymore, right?
Yeah,
I
and
think we
until
were pretty,
now, sorry,
go right
no,
ahead,
until
Lucy.
now we weren't punishing the people that the non-participants, and that is a way to also punish the participant because you are not you are not let's say rewarding the participation. So right now we will be rewarding the ones that are actually participating, and if you are not participating, you will be considered absent and not paid. It's simple. It's an improvement. You can refresh, like Claudio say, all your validator votes that will last 2 months, or you can, if you want, just vote, analyze the list of validators, or if you have participated in the validator community, you can change your vote. You can decide, okay, I will vote for this other one, I will remove from that one, I create another vote for that one. Let's say it's not just refresh. Refresh is like, okay, I will continue with my current selection, but you can also vote for new ones and remove, and that vote will be considered refreshing.
Yes, exactly. So it is an important one, right? And I think this concerns everybody that's participating in governance, right? So Lucy wanted to take more time into kind of explaining what's going to happen, right? What's the process here? Um, I do understand that some of you might miss this, right? But we've been communicating in all our channels, so there is no excuse, right? Um, I apologize in advance for folks that will not see this until like November 3rd, right? But just be aware of this, right? If you have folks and or people from your community that might have missed this, I very heavily recommend you push the information to them, right? And the word of mouth. So again, I have nothing more here to add. Lucy, you want to add some more?
No, okay, let's move forward.
Okay, perfect. So this is MPAP 16, right? Scan the QR code. You can get all the information there. If you have any questions, please open up a ticket on our Discord. Let us help you understand more of it. Ask the questions in the governance channel as well. Um, go to your local ambassador, right? And ask the questions. We're more than happy to go through the process and explain to whoever has any doubts about it. Okay. So we wanna push forward on this one. So okay, so next on the agenda. Um, so this is how it happens, right? Step one, you go to Meta Pool, right? You go to the votes section, right? There's a refresh my votes part. Of course, you have to sign it, right? So that means that you're refreshing, you're voting. You go on the My Votes tab, and there you will see which voting power has been released, and then you can allocate it to different validator nodes, right? That's the way to go. It's pretty straightforward. 5 easy steps. Make sure you do this before September 30th, right? So you are in the new voting cycle, right? Uh, we try to make it as simple as possible, right? Sometimes you can't simplify it enough, but anyhow, we're gonna be we hope we can continue to improve this and move forward on it as well. So both delegation proposal. So this is a very important one, or at least a significant one for some of our investors, right? Some of them cannot participate in governance directly, and so both delegation proposal could be an important one as well. So basically, you delegate your voting power to active community members. They vote, you receive the rewards. 70% goes for you, 30% for the delegate, right? For delegators, is participate without tracking every proposal, keep full control of your tokens, right? This is non-custodial. You receive 70% of the rewards, right? So that's pretty sweet. And then delegates, you vote on behalf of the community or in behalf of the parties, different parties. You earn 30% of the rewards. You build, of course, influence replication because you are participating in governance. And so this is a very important part that we have kind of not being very proactive, but we feel that right now is the time. Lucio, you want to add something to this?
No, this is in discussion, so please add your 2 cents. For example, I think Lucas commented, and I agreed that maybe 30% of fees too much. Maybe we should allow the delegates to compete, to say, okay, I will get 25, I will get 10, I will get 5. I will pay you for delegating my vote, to delegating votes for me. I can imagine some validators that want votes, and then instead of charging, they will pay you for delegate the vote. So it is a nice dynamic. that we need to explore. But I like it. I like it very much. I don't know who is the proposal from. I think it's DAO or any other OG of the Meta Pool community. That is one of the proposals I was mentioning, that finally the community is starting to participate, incorporating that the DAO is their own DAO. Yeah. If you want to add your 2 cents, go to the forum. There's a that discussion is in the forum state.
Yeah, so this is the QR code will send you to the near governance forum, right? So you can go ahead, discuss it there, and take it from there. Um, and so now the second part of endorsed delegates, right? So endorsed delegates will be that we will have a special badge, right? Or check mark, right? So for those that have been recommended and trusted, right? I think that's one of the important things about this system is that we start to see who is those outstanding individuals or organizations that are going to be participating in this. That benefits everyone. At the end of the day, it's more participation, more legitimacy to our governance, right, and stronger community. Um, there's an on-bonding period, of course. It takes 7 days. You can change your delegate at any time. But anyhow, we leave 7 days. So if there's any voting in between, well, that gets executed, gets done, and then that delegation of voting power goes to another individual or organization. Now on this, we got some really exciting information. For now, I cannot do any names, but I can say that one of our enterprise node operator partners will become one of the first delegates, right? And so, even though this is in discussion, we kind of went a little bit ahead here and started to kind of invite people that trusted partners that we have, if this was something interesting for them. So they expressed interest, and so and that's why we want for the community to start discussing this proposal and start moving forward as well. For us, is how we are seeing this is we're bringing we're bringing the DAO governance process to not retail, but at least the enterprise, right? For larger organizations to understand what governance look like without them having to be exposed to any of the legal implications behind it, or be liable, right? I think that's super important. And so anyhow, so that's something for you to understand and know. We will be hopefully announcing this before the end of the year. Of course, we need to implement this, but really, really exciting things for here. Lucio, anything you'd like to add here?
No. It's good. Please add your 2 cents. This needs to be analyzed, approved by the community, and implemented. So it's not tomorrow, but it is very exciting.
So I think this is kind of where a lot of people are been, or where a lot of crypto Twitter has been in the last 3 months, more so or less. So for those of you that are not familiar with the digital asset treasuries, I would heavily recommend and I'll put it here so Francisco can then share it with everybody on the group. And this is important as well, right? This is something that it is independent of the blockchain itself, right? There's stats for Solana, there's stats for Sui, there's stats. Of course, the most well known is Michael Saylor, right? From MicroStrategy. That's a DAT, right? It's full on Bitcoin. Then you have the DAT from Consensus, right? Ethereum. Then you have Bitmain, right? And Electric Capital has one, right? So there's a couple of them. we're not at that scale, right? This proposal is for 8,000 stNEAR, which is it's a small amount, right? It's like with current price, I don't know, it's like less than $30,000, right? And so and so it's kind of like this initial step into understanding like where are we heading, right? How can we leverage, right, this assets that are appreciating in value, and just taking steps into exposing our ecosystem, right, or a protocol into it, and then for that value to get translated into something that is how can I say, of benefit to everybody. Um, the protocol itself, right now, by nature, or we're exposed to NEAR, right? That's our largest exposure. It's our largest TVL. Then it's Story protocol with IP. Then it's Ethereum. Then it's Solana. Then Aurora. Then ICP, and then Q blockchain. And so we're exposed to all these assets. Normally, the protocol fees that we accrue are being put back into the staking, right? So that the users are getting the most of the protocol fees from that. Eventually, this will change, right? And so we need to understand like how that's going to look like for us. Instead of us having all of these volatile assets, we rather have something really strong as an anchor, right? And so the idea is that we start to get exposed to NBTC, right, through purchasing of this 18,000 senior over 6 months, reducing risk, right, and more importantly is uh, have access to an asset that has that's totally liquid, right, and where we can get a little bit of an exposure to it, and at the end of the day, it's long-term sustainability for us. So what we want to do is we want to secure these assets and then start to review this at the end of each cycle, right? Every month or every 2 months, depending on the rhythm. Again, this is being discussed right now. This is something where we need to just understand everybody's point of view, and more importantly, what to do with it, right? Lucio, I don't know if you have any comments regarding this.
No. This is yes, open for debate. I am. I don't know. I feel like you say it's a small amount. Is I don't know. I don't know. I will be loving to listen to pros and cons of this.
Yeah, I think neither Lucio nor myself come from a financial background, right? Let's be totally transparent here. But again, right, we cannot be naive, and we cannot, how can I say, uh, be indifferent to this, right? And so, Francisco, I'm sending you over the link to that podcast, so maybe you can share it there. I shared the Spotify link, but if you find it on YouTube or any other, just send it over as well. And so it's important for people to understand that what treasury allocate or digital asset treasury means, right? What's the deal with it? Of course, this has nothing to do. Treasury allocation of Bitcoin is not at all related to adapt. I want to just make this clear. We are not launching adapt. Adapt is a security, right? So it's going to be adapt is publicly tradable. This is something you're just diversifying our treasury. This is, and then it's more of an experiment, right?
Yeah,
And
on
so
the technical side, it's a good opportunity to use intents, like you were mentioning by NBTC. That's a good part of this proposal. That right now it is way more straightforward to buy BTC on using assets on the near chain by using intents. So technically, it's very doable.
exactly, it's pretty straightforward. So anyhow, I think Alan made this proposal. So yeah, discuss it, and if you have any ideas, by all means, share it with us, right? And see how we can definitely help put this proposal together, right? As long as you're putting the protocol front and center and its users, I think you have our full on support. So yeah, just take it from there. And yeah, really, really excited about this. Thank you very much, Alan, for putting it together with Franzo, Pablo, and the rest of the team, just to kind of think outside the box, right? I think that was the most important one. So I'm going to go to the next slide. So mpDAO liquidity provider rewards, right? So this is something that we're also discussing, right? Like right now, if you go to Rhea and you provide liquidity for mpDAO stNEAR, there's a good APY there. I think for us, the most important thing is this is kind of our lifeline in the sense of this is what people, and I think we kind of missed this when we started was, okay, yeah, I'm going to participate in governance. Yes, you are pushing protocol fees, but most people look into coin market cap or coin gecko, right? And then they say, okay, well, this is the token. They see very little volume, daily trading volume. They see little TVL, right, or total value locked, right, and so that's kind of like the first, how can I say, introduction into our digital asset, right? What this is trying to do is trying to have a more of a fresh look into it, right? Where we can get more deeper liquidity into it. We reduce slippage as well, right? Which is important, right? Let's say somebody comes in and they want to buy $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, right? Or they want to sell too as well, right? Goes both ways. And so there's very little incentive to do that, right? Without taking a hit, right? And or without or buying it, right, in large amounts. So this is something we want to start to push forward, right? I think the most important part right here is that we align long-term incentives into it with our governance, right? LP lockups are for 12 months are for 12 months on RIA. The rewards get distributed pro rata, right, based on each share. Rewards are locked for 300 days, then claimable in the app, right? So that's something we're discussing this, right? I think this is another important aspect. This is not set in stone. This is not something we want to impose. Let us know what's attractive from your perspective, or why this is not attractive, right? And just be civil, right? I think that's the most important part. So let's have a conversation, a grown-up conversation, right? Not throwing anybody under the bus. Just yeah, let us know. We're not experts. If you are an expert, by all means, come and let's discuss this and let's look into it, right? Um, monthly distribution rewards, right? So the pilot proposal is basically target to have 25,000 lockup on TVL. There's a budget of $5,000 in mpDAO per year. We have an estimated yield of around 20%. And then monthly distribution, we're talking about $416 in rewards. We might bump this up as we go. We want to get first our feet wet and see if it sticks, if there's any demand for it, and then we can start to bump up the rewards as we see demand grow, right? And I think this is something that can be really attractive for folks coming in, right? And getting a more of a deeper look into our governance token, right? Some of the expected benefits, right, of course, is more stable and predictable liquidity, less risk of timing or front running, right? Strengthens the financial sustainability and of our governance, right? I think that's core to what we do. Um, I think most of this stuff is sometimes done by large firms such as Gauntlet and a few others. But I think it's important for everybody to understand that we're trying to move forward in regards to this, right? Some important stats here is that right now we've distributed more than 7 million mpDAO tokens to our users. That's close to like 1.52 million dollars to participating voters right now, right? Since the inception or since the launch of our governance, right, and distributing rewards. And so I think this is something that people need to take into account, right? That we're doing this in favor of the ecosystem, its users, and our partners as well, right? and we're going to continue to do this because for the moment, yes, we haven't gotten massive success, but and it's very important to stand out that by being here and discussing governance, it is successful, right? Maybe at a lesser scale, but it's still, we're moving forward. We are continuing to build on top of the different blockchain protocols and doing this in a sustainable manner, right? Lucy, you want to add something to this?
No, I was thinking that part of the governance participation is also trading mpDAO. So these kind of proposals are really good. I'm also leaning on the move. I will present it as a proposal, but I would love to uh, distribute more mpDAO so people can trade it, people can arbitrage, uh, because mpDAO is in NEAR and Ethereum, and maybe we can launch it in the other chains that we support. That will create a lot of uh, possibilities for arbitrage. So part of participating in the DAO is also trading and helping, because arbitrage is an activity that can provide rewards, but at the same time it's also provide a benefit for the token because you are normalizing the price between all the possible markets. So trading in mpDAO is also a good form of participating in the DAO. And I think we need to distribute more so people can start selecting, okay, I want to lock it. Maybe I don't want to lock it for voting. Maybe I want to add liquidity and get these rewards. Or maybe I want to move it to Ethereum and sell it there because the price is better. All this kind of movement is that I think what makes the governance token stronger and the governance process more fun.
Yeah, totally agree. I think this is something that it's something that we've learned at a later stage, right? Maybe we should have done it earlier, yes. But at the end of the day, better later than never, right? And so we're
No,
doing it right now, like full on
it is a
conscience of
learning
what we have.
process. It is a learning process. It's not, if you try to do it too fast, you end up doing hyped things. This is something we discover. Okay, we started with the uh, normal or the principle 100%. Okay, no, you need to do these small tweaks. Something that the things that you learn by experience are the things that are you never forget and are properly learned. If you do, if you, let's say, you know that you need to do that, at the end you will not really know why you did that. And we know exactly what we are moving in this direction. So I think it's positive. Having experienced the problem in order to now see the solution. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's something that for a lot of folks, um, it's kind of documented out there, but it's never, like, people are really quick to make a judgment, right, on on the team doing the work, right? But it's a whole nother thing being on this other side of the trench, right? So again, thank you very much, everybody, for being patient with us, right? And going through the process of us understanding sustainability of these type of protocols, right? But anyhow, we're, like I said, we continue to build, we continue to improve 1% every day. And for us, the most important thing is we're kind of building in public a little bit, right? Because we're kind of launching stuff, see if it sticks, see if it works. Then we kind of went back to it, rinse and repeat, right? So anyhow, just learning process. Let's go to
You're
the
muted,
most
Claudio.
yeah, sorry, I was so here's the fun part, right? This is the okay, ask your questions, right? There's I can see the chat here, right? So if you have any questions, please go shoot us, shoot your shot, right? I think the most important thing right now is just to keep the conversation going, and if you have any questions, please raise your hand right now. We're more than glad to answer your questions and take it from there. Francisco, I don't know if you have any, if there's any questions there, let us know. Um, and I'll take a moment right now and just I want to thank all of our ambassadors. I think that's part of the core of the protocol that we kind of built through this past 4 years. So I see here Max One, right? That's of course some of our team members. Brian, right? See here Maxi. Thank you very much for coming. Luffy's, thank you very much for being here as well. And there's a question here, right? Are you having problems with engagement and participation with certain calls to action? Oh, yeah, I think that's something that happens to not only governance protocols or blockchain protocols. I think this happens to most people that are building software or products here in the world. How do you create the feedback loops, right, from your user base? And since it's quite broad, right, we have folks in Indonesia, in Vietnam, in Thailand, in Mexico, Argentina, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, Brazil, right? U.S., of course, Europe, right? Switzerland. Last yesterday in the evening, we talked to one of the near devs, right? And he was participating in our governance, and I asked him, right, what's the best way to communicate, like send you messages for you to understand what's happening? And he says, like bluntly, email. I'm like, okay, well, I don't think there's a lot of folks out there that would like to send us an email or for us to send them an email, but this guy was, right? And so shout out to him for being honest about it. I think that's for us an important part of just understanding how we're going to be moving forward. So anyhow, so just to keep the ball rolling. Sky Empire, thank you very much for being here. Raul, of course, Jam, Kuncho, thank you very much for coming. So a bunch of folks there. Thank you very much. Okay, so yes, so thank you very much for the comment there and the question. So is the locked LP will be applied to the unbonding mechanism? No, not really, right? So this is a separate thing. It doesn't have, it's not related directly to the bonding mechanism we have for boats. At least that's how I understand it. Or Max One, if you wanna be a little bit more explicit on
Can you expand more, because it's not truly clear what are you asking
yeah
for?
yeah, because the LP or let me go back also to the proposal, right, and then we can go through it, and then I'll go to your question as well. Okay, let me go back.
They're providing liquidity in Rhea, the new farms. I think those are completely normal Rhea farms, so nothing related to the bonding mechanism. Correct?
Yeah, I think here, yeah, I understand the question now. Okay, so you lock it up for 12 months, right? So the LP, that means that both your mpDAO and your stNEAR tokens are locked for 12 months, right? Now everything has been distributed to those pro rata, but then you're getting mpDAO with a 300-day lockup, right? And so I think this could be a little bit too extreme, right? Now that I'm reading it out loud, right? It's like we're asking you to lock up for 12 months your assets, and then we're rewarding you with something that's locked for 300 days, right? Kind of doesn't work that way. So we'll come back into this. Thank you very much for giving us the feedback here. Yeah, no, it's going to be totally different, and it's going to be separate mechanisms, Max One. So in the sense of the LP is provided to Rhea, right? Then we will create kind of like a whitelist of that addresses that are providing that LP. We're going to see the ones that have the lockup for 12 months. And then the rewards, yeah, they go through the unbonding mechanism currently that we have. Maybe we can make this, like I said, less extreme, right? Maybe we can do it for 60 days or 90 days, XYZ. I don't know. I think we can review it, because the rewards lock for 300 days. It's a little bit too much, to be honest, because you're locking it for 12 months, right? Unlocking on a certain date, and then we're giving you the rewards, but the rewards are also locked for 300 days. It's just a little bit too extreme. So thank you very much, Max One, for that. Now, you want to add to that, Lucio?
No, but it's a very good question and proposal. We need to think about that. I'm having ideas of of maybe having a token that represents locked mpDAO. That's something to add to our proposal, to our future MP.
Yeah, I think ABB was asking about that, right? It's like, can you create a token that is locked and tradable, or at least that you want to sell, right? You want to sell your positions, right? I think that could be something also quite interesting.
Yeah, that will give, let's say, we can distribute locked tokens, but you will have also the freedom to sell those. So I think increasing freedom is another good good objective. So
Yeah,
good
totally, right?
idea.
At
Yeah.
the end of the day, everybody should be under the control of their assets. If they want to sell their positions, I think they could. It would be well worth it, right? Um, yeah, yes, I know. They asked the question, right? We talked to the Rhea team last week, right? And what this was my first ask is like, hey guys, it's like this is impossible for people to discover the stNEAR mpDAO pool, right? And so anyhow, Pablo, let's put a ping to Escobar and his team to get that up and running. Um, very important news coming there. Can't disclose anything right now, but yeah, the only thing that yes, um, it will get featured soon, sooner rather than later, for a very important reason as well. But anyhow, so the audit with Resonance that we just did right a couple of months ago, I got the opportunity to be on the podcast with them. We had a great conversation there, and they're a great security firm, right, to be part of. And let's be transparent here. No amount of audits makes the code secure. What makes the code secure is the longevity. Sorry about the longevity.
Longevity.
Sorry,
Yeah.
longevity of the code being on mainnet, right? And this, thankfully, I'm knock on wood here, we haven't had any issues with the our Rust smart contract. We've made audits, and there's some pending upgrades, not because of any big security concerns. It's more comments that they did, and it's just making sanitization of the code base. I think it's important, right? Don't let it go too rusty. And so they did a great job auditing the Ethereum and the NEAR contract. So really excited about that. And yeah, please. So hopefully, Francisco can put the link on the Resonance a podcast that I participated in. It was a great conversation. But all I can say is go look into it. We discuss why security is important, and as anything in crypto, right? Security is of the utmost importance to us. We do want to be really, really, really mindful that nothing is 100% secure, right? We do our best to keep your assets and the platform as secure as possible. But then again, sometimes you go through the process of getting an exploit. But I think the Lucio, the development team, did an excellent job at being on top of the situation and in full control. And thank you very much to the marketing team, because we also were pretty transparent in our communications. Anyhow, I don't know if there's any more questions. I know people want to get into the prices as well. So yes, there, Francisco has just shared the X post and also the YouTube video of our interview with the Resonance team. Okay, I don't know if Brian is ready to be on stage. There you go. That's the second code there. So let me move the presentation right now. That's the quiz right now. Brian, take it from there, man.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hope you enjoy this insightful governance call. Now it's time to test your knowledge. Uh, I already sent the Kahoot code. I will share my screen right now. Just give me a second. Uh, I guess now. Yeah, great. Hi everyone, you can just scan the QR code and join. You don't need to download any app. Just you are able to reach this page in your browser. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. It's just questions, multiple options. So let's wait some participants before we start. So disclaimer, during the stream, two secret codes appeared on the screen. If you save them, you are probably having an edge on this quiz. And make sure to name your Kahoot username with your Near wallet so you can get the prize easier. In case you win, you will have only 7 days to open a ticket and claim the prize. If not, the prize is gone and goes back to the DAO. So the right form to type your user, it's like rabbit. So it's his wallet.near as the name, as Kushtobo as well. So Raul, try to put your wallet as your username for Kahoot. In case you win, you can get the prize. Let's wait some minutes for more people to come before we start. Friendly reminder, we have a trading competition open on Rhea, so make sure to participate. When you participate, you don't have to be a pro trader, you just have to trade, like buy, and that's it, you're participating. The more points you have, the more rewards on near you can have. So I think that's a really nice opportunity for short-term prices. Also, you are accumulating points for Rhea season 2, and that's a potential interesting price in the future. So it's like two prices by one participation. Let's wait 2 minutes more and we will start. Thanks to all the early participants. When the game finish, make sure to screenshot your position and share it on your social medias. Tag Meta Pool, Mr. Pool, and you will be participating. Hey guys, don't forget to rename your user of Kahoot. Make sure to put your wallet.near as your name for Kahoot. So in case you win, you will be able to get the prize. If not, maybe you will not be able to get the prize. Hey Note Studio, make sure to change your name as well, Kitty. What do you think, Lucio? I think it's the time is enough.
Last 15 seconds.
All right.
Kirill, Raul. I think you cannot change the name. You have to get out and come back in with a new name. That is a limitation of Kahoot. But let's give them a couple of seconds more, and 20 seconds. How many people do we have?
15.
Okay. And I think also there's a limit. If you have a very large NEAR wallet, maybe Kahoot doesn't allow you to put the full name. Yeah. Whenever you want.
All right. We lost like 3 people. Maybe they are trying to change their names.
They're coming back. Let's wait. Next governance call. I think we should publish the Kahoot pin, the number, at the beginning, so people will be onboarding as we have the call.
Yeah, the only one who needs to change their name is Kitty. Kitty, can you change your name? So in case you win, you will be able to get the prize. Well, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully Kitty's gonna give him or her 5 seconds, right? So anyhow, if not, then let's go for it. I think one of the last things before we start into the Kahoot is, as you know, we've relaunched or continued the buyback program for mpDAO. So if you go into the chart, you're gonna see there that it's been going quite good. We got some good trading volume on it. So, and more news to come with Rhea. So really excited about that. We will also be launching mpDAO token on another of our partner protocols. And so anyhow, yeah, really excited. I think we're ready. Let's kick it off.
Yeah. This is the governance call 22. So put attention, guys. Which mpIP was executed to update the community's votes? Oh, that was quick. Let's go to next question. So Clarita got the answer. In mpIP 16, what actions must mpDAO holders take before September 30 to keep their rewards active? Nice. Hey guys, questions are going quickly, so you must act fast. I see a lot of people who are not answering, so let's continue. Osku Versing take the first place. Nice. Let's go to the next question. What happens if a holder does not renew their votes within the deadline set by mpIP 16? Nice. Clarita took the first place. In the proposed vote delegation system, what percentage of rewards will delegators receive? 70%, 20%, 30%, or 80%? Yeah, 70%. Let's go to the next question. And let's see the leaderboard. Mr. Luffy took the first place, Lucalo second place, and Elon third place. Clarita is still in the top 5, so you still have a chance to take back your first place. In the proposal, what reward share will delegate receive for voting on behalf of others? Symbolic recognition without rewards, 30% of the rewards, 20 or 10%. The answer was 30% of the rewards. Let's go to the next question. Lucalo took the first place. This is turning interesting. How long would the unbundling period last for a holder to change or withdraw their vote delegation? This was communicated several times in social media, so yeah, 7 days. Congrats to all the people who did this well. Elon is on fire. Nice. Let's go to the next question. In the proposed delegation system, what does it mean when a member is an endorsed delegate by Meta Pool? It means that they hold more mpDAO tokens than others, that they are marked with a check mark as a trusted option, that they were chosen in a special vote, or that they belong to the founding team. It means that they are marked with a check mark as a trusted option. Let's see the leaderboard. Elon's still in the first place, but this is very hard, I think. According to the mpIP Treasury diversification proposal, how many stNEAR will be allocated to acquire Bitcoin, MBTC, 1,000 NEAR, 5,000 NEAR, 8,000 NEAR, or 10,000 stNEAR? The answer was 8,000 stNEAR. Oh, only one got the right answer. I think that was a really nice hedge. Congrats, Clarita. Now you have the
Clarita coming
chance.
back.
Yeah. Cousteau, it's always participating with us. Shout out to Cousteau for always staying in the first top 5. In the liquidity provider rewards proposal, what is the estimated yield APY for those who lock liquidity? You are able to earn rewards not just buying or locking, but also providing liquidity. That's another opportunity that DeFi brings to the table. And the answer was 20% APY. Let's see the leaderboard. Mr. Luffy take the first place. Clarita still and Elon in the top 5. Honey, put an eye on Honey. It's growing fast. And the last question, what is the target locked TVL in the pilot liquidity provider rewards for the mpDAO / stNEAR pool on Rhea? And the answer was $25,000. Let's see the winners. And the third place for Elon. Congrats, Elon. You did a nice job. And Hani took the second place, and the first place goes to Mr. Luffy out of nowhere. That's a nice outsider. Where Clarita took the 5th place. So congrats to everyone. Thanks for participate. Thanks for being active in our community. And knowledge always prizes. So congratulations. Take a screenshot if you are one of the winners And also, if you got a nice position, take the screenshot and let's see in the next governance call uh, how far you go. Maybe you are growing positions. So yeah, that's also nice to watch. And make sure to tag Meta Pool and Senior Pool so our team can also check. There are many active participants like Kush Tobo, so we are always happy to see that. That's all from my side. Maybe Claudio and Lucio want to share some words.
Oh, perfect. Very good ideas. Very good game. Thank you very much. Maybe we can put let's say a prize for participation. Correct?
Yeah,
Who is what? Kush. What is the name? Kush.
Kush Tobo. Yeah,
Kushto.
this
Yeah,
guy
I like
was telling me.
or
persistent people. Yeah, yeah.
game site's not good. Game site's not good. Can you play? Didn't play. Same. Okay, folks.
It,
Okay,
it,
we got
it,
your
it,
feedback.
it was different.
Uh,
It was harder this time. Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it was
So
pretty hard.
we will
And
adjust it. We will adjust it. Yeah. More
yeah.
time,
It's
less difficult questions.
exactly, exactly. I think the most important thing is there's gonna be more coming, right? So we had our governance call 23 also next month. So just yeah, in 3 weeks time, we'll give it another shot, right? Again, your feedback is always more than welcome. Of course, I just two C boxes. Okay, we'll look into this one and we'll try to
Send
figure
comments
this
in
out.
Discord. Send comments in Discord.
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
can
send the
up the
comments
ante
in Discord.
and maybe give them more time. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. But anyhow, thank you for participating, everybody. This was governance. Francisco, can you stop sharing your screen? Brian. Perfect. So with this, we're gonna wrap up. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in. We had a great time. We had some fun here. Sorry that no, there were not. We wish we could give prizes to everybody, but it's just for the winners, right? Uh, I don't see. Okay, okay, yeah. So we'll try to figure it out next time. Please send us your feedback over on Discord as well. Um, I think the most important thing is that a lot of exciting things are coming. um, most outstanding is that we are onboarding some big enterprises into our governance. We're going to start slowly, then start to ramp up as we go. I dropped some alpha regarding where our governance token is heading. I didn't say where, but you will. If you see our TVL, you can likely guess where. But more importantly for us is we want to grow, and we want to grow with you. And how we grow is by us having more stake, right? And you delegating your different proof of stake tokens into Meta Pool, right? Participate in our governance, and as I said before, right, we're really excited about our ambassadors. Thank you very much, each and every one of you, for being here. Sky Empire, thank you very much for participating. Of course, Max One, it's always there from the start. Gem as well. Raul, thank you very much for coming in, participating, and not winning. Sorry about that. But anyhow, other than that, just stay frosty. We've got some great things before the end of the year. And thank you very much for being here in governance call number 22. Brian, big hug, my friend. Much love to
Yeah, yeah.
everybody. And thank you.
Congrats.
Well,
Congrats to
hugs, kisses, and whatever stuff you can, right? Big hug
congrats
and a
to the
kiss to
game
everybody.
master. Yeah.
Exactly. Congratulations to the game master, Brian. Again,
See you
Francisco, let's
guys.
take it off.
Bye bye.
Until next time. Cheers. Bye bye.